What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about a potential Back to Black Remastered pack coming to Cold War, a new bonus map that was teased by Treyarch, and even some spicy updates about Season 6. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and also as a reminder, you can save 10% off any order using code DYNAMITE over at gameradvantage.com. Their link is, of course, down below in the description. They recently dropped the Spooky Lens Cleaner as we count down to Halloween, and also restocked on the heavily requested Horizon Blue Lens glasses, which look absolutely insane. Be sure to check all of that out if you guys are interested. Now today, Treyarch uploaded a Dark Ether recap video over on their YouTube channel, going over the story thus far in Cold War Zombies from D Machina all the way to the ending of Nuketown as we lead into the final round-based map known as Forsaken. Now, I'm sure we're still going to get that Season 6 studio broadcast no later than this Wednesday afternoon, and they may even contain more early footage of everything coming to multiplayer zombies and even Warzone. They usually do an inside zombie map video, as they did with Firebase and Nuketown, but keep in mind, right, this is the first season where a new map is dropping right at the start of the season itself, so they might just bundle in the inside Forsaken video within the Season 6 studio broadcast as opposed to previous releases. But I'll keep you guys posted with whatever other marketing does drop later this week. Charlie Intel today did confirm that the update, or the download I should say, for Cold War Season 6 does go live October the 5th at 9 p.m. Pacific, which is also October the 6th, 12 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. UK, and 6 a.m. CEST. The Warzone update, though, does go live October the 6th, 9 p.m. Pacific, which is October the 7th, 12 a.m. Eastern, and 5 a.m. UK, 6 a.m. CEST. All Season 6 content will be available to play October the 6th at 9 p.m. Pacific, and as I usually do, I'll be doing a big countdown stream this Wednesday evening, setting up some open lobbies, getting some warm-ups going, and then we'll be playing everything new that does release live on stream with as many of you guys out there. Hope to see you guys this Wednesday evening. But we also got to report that the preload of the download for Season 6 is going live a little bit early today over on PlayStation. PS4 users are reporting a 14GB download, whereas people on PS5 and other regions are reporting a download a little bit over 20GB. So we already know the update size itself will vary from platform to platform, region to region. It'll be somewhere in the range of like 14, 20GB if you're on PlayStation, and tomorrow we'll learn the exact sizes for Xbox and PC. But be aware though, once the preload goes live on PC, major spoilers might get posted on the internet regarding the next Zombies map, more multiplayer content. If you don't want to see any spoilers, then be sure to mute certain keywords over on Twitter, get off of Reddit. You never know what's going to be posted. Hopefully nothing major or anything too story-centric. Be a big disappointment if people out there spoil the ending. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But over in our good old Nuketown 84, Treyarch went ahead and added something that definitely wasn't there before. A bit of a Halloween teaser with a bucket of candy over here in the garage. So could that be hinting that we're going to get a Halloween-themed update in Black Ops Cold War? Could it be just a bit of a teaser for the Haunting event starting in Cold War and Verdansk? Or are we going to be getting a Halloween-themed Nuketown, which is going to be on par with the beautiful Christmas map we got for Nuketown at some point last year? That was a lot of fun. It played very well, and I just think changing the lighting, changing the scenery on the map could still affect your gameplay a little bit, and Christmas Nuketown was a blast last year. Unfortunately, it's no longer available to play in-game, even in private matches, but we could end up seeing a Halloween-themed Nuketown drop in the next couple of weeks. If I had to guess, if one map does exist like that, it'll probably end up dropping October the 19th, the start of the Haunting event for Cold War and Warzone. My question also is, if they do a Halloween Nuketown, will there be a new Easter egg to solve, either in public or private matches, dealing with shooting off all the mannequin heads? There's a pretty cool Easter egg dealing with a filter change in your game if you actually do the mannequin Easter egg in a game Nuketown 84, so I'm curious if they'll also bring something like that back or change it a bit to fit the theme of Halloween. You never know. Now, I do want to point out, as we'll talk about more in this video, that there are kind of two mid-season updates with Season 6. I know October the 19th isn't exactly the middle of Season 6, but that'll be the start of the Haunting event for Cold War and Warzone, which is supposed to bring lots of surprises to multiplayer zombies in Warzone. We'll get to that, but there's also the supposed Season 6 Reloaded, which is going to be separate from that. Apparently, according to gaming scoopers, that's going to launch the day before Vanguard, November the 4th. So we're going to get to that in a bit, but there's a lot of potential here for a bunch of bonus maps that you guys definitely want to hear about. Now, we also have some information from COD Tracker, which you guys may have missed. The other day, they went ahead and posted on Twitter. As usual, our loot database will be updated soon after Season 6 of Cold War and Warzone launches, but for now, a preview of what to expect. They have some spicy info here. Operators which may receive ultra rarity skins include Mason, Weaver, Maxis, and Port Nova. Weapons which may receive Mastercraft blueprints include the EM2, AK-47, and the Gallows shotgun. Last but not least, you'll soon meet some new faces Fuse and Ghostface, but perhaps Baker's new operator skin will be rather familiar, and there's a gif of Donnie Darko. We of course have plenty of rumors and a lot of backed up evidence that got posted online that we're going to be seeing Ghostface and Donnie Darko as a part of the Haunting event, kind of similar to 80s action heroes, but some spooky theme operator skins instead. Ghostface will be his own operator like we got with Rambo and John McClane, but Donnie Darko will end up being similar to Judge Dredd in the sense that it is just a skin for an existing operator already in the game, and we know Fuse is coming at some point later in Season 6. We got a glimpse of him in the Season 6 intro cinematic cutscene. But like I said on the podcast, I'm not sure how COD Tracker got the green light to post information like that. Not that it's too spoiler-centric. I know they went ahead and posted some early calling card challenges for Forsaken. I'm not going to go over that here today. I already did in the previous video, but Activision does sponsor them. They gave away thousands of beta codes thanks to them a few weeks ago, and they don't get in trouble when posting early information about new bundles, so it should be safe to cover this here in tonight's video, but only time will tell. And yeah, COD Tracker's been a very reliable website over the past year, especially if you're a hardcore Call of Duty fan. But today, the official Call of Duty Twitter account did confirm the Tier 100 Battle Pass skin for the man himself, Mason. They put together a bit of a blog post recapping his arc and story thus far in the Black Ops universe. For those out there that may be unfamiliar with who Mason is from Black Ops 1, what he went through in the Cold War campaign, and kind of what is building up to his eventual role in the Black Ops 2 campaign, which we got back in 2012. Now, they might have actually dropped the new bonus feature they introduced in Season 5, which was a bit of a bonus skin that you can gain access to by buying the $20 Battle Pass bundle. People might have been upset about that since, yeah, $20 Battle Pass bundle not only came with the free skin for Kitsune, but also quite a few tier skips for the Battle Pass itself. And I figured that was successful considering they re-released that bonus skin for Kitsune later on in Season 5. I just thought, hey, right, people were really buying it when that Battle Pass bundle was available, but maybe some people out there may be interested in that still if they didn't gain access to it a few weeks back. But yeah, maybe they dropped that and instead are going to be releasing all of the really cool looking Mason skins as a part of bundles in Season 6 on top of the one we get from the Battle Pass. So we're going to get a Mason skin at Tier 0 and then Tier 100 of course. Presumably some other cool looks will be locked behind some bundles at some point in the future. I'm definitely hoping for a remastered Reznov model in Cold War, maybe through a finishing move or something cool behind the bundle that I'm sure they'll end up dropping, if anything, during Season 6. Now, Treyarch went ahead and posted something over on their Instagram recently, which definitely gives me the hint that more is on the way for Season 6 than meets the eye. They did mention that this is only a taste of what is to come in the final season, and that caption was under the Season 6 roadmap they posted over on Instagram. So I guess either October the 19th, the start of the Haunting event, or a possible Season 6 Reloaded in early November, one of those days could end up providing us with many more surprises for multiplayer zombies, maybe even Warzone, because as you guys might have all noticed, there's not a single remastered map for multiplayer, at least, on the current roadmap, despite there being lots of rumors about lots of other maps that were completed and on deck for Cold War multiplayer. Will they still drop in Season 6, a supposed Year 2 for Cold War multiplayer, or are they scrapped entirely? That's a big question mark, but there is of course content on the Season 6 roadmap that's listed for in-season, so whenever that in-season update day is, which is probably going to be in very late October, or as rumors suggest, very early November, then that could be when we get a separate roadmap for the mid-season update that contains a bunch of surprises of content that we either didn't know about or content that was rumored but not included on the current roadmap. I'm not going to say October the 19th is the definite date for possible remastered maps, but if they want to drop that November the 4th, the day before Vanguard, that would be some odd timing, but if anything, I wouldn't complain, right? That's just more Call of Duty content for us hardcore fans, so I'll be covering all of it. But as you guys might remember, last year with Modern Warfare, the final season didn't actually have a mid-season or a reloaded update, as you can call it. Instead, there was the Haunting of Verdansk, and that represented the mid-season update, which had its own roadmap as well, with some surprises on it that weren't on the original Modern Warfare Season 6 roadmap. So we might get the same treatment this time with Cold War, except with more content than Modern Warfare got last year. Now, there have been quite a few tweets posted by some suspicious and very curious individuals on the internet, which you guys are all probably familiar with, and these people are all claiming that there's still content that wasn't on the roadmap to come to Black Ops Cold War, and they're still assuming the Season 6 Reloaded date will be November the 4th. Now, I personally don't think they have to wait until November the 4th to drop this mid-season content, if there is that much at all. I get it, right? November the 4th is technically speaking the middle of Season 6, if Season 6 is going to end November the 23rd, which is the start of Season 1 for Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, it's just gonna feel weird because Season 6 will still be active, so to speak, while Vanguard is already released with new content for multiplayer zombies and in Warzone. But honestly, I mean, if they want to drop content October 27th or the 8th, that would be fine, a week before Vanguard, but let's just wait and see how they end up working this. Now, you guys probably remember there actually was a Back to Black map pack back during the ending of Black Ops 3's lifecycle. Year 3 of Black Ops 3 brought us 4 more remastered maps to that game as a pre-order bonus for Black Ops 4. And it was the usual remasters, right? Firing Range, Slums, Summit, and Jungle. And those maps were then available again at launch for Black Ops 4 multiplayer. Saw those maps quite a bit over the past couple of years. I'm glad that they didn't exactly all come back to back for Cold War. But the maps that have not released in Cold War but got rumored are the following, right? We have Launch, Radiation, Firing Range, Jungle, and we then have Plaza and Yemen. So those are quite a few maps. I don't expect all of them to release in this game. If anything, right, it made sense they didn't do Jungle because they released Apocalypse in Season 2, and then Summit would have been cool, but then again, they had Mount Yementau in Season 3, so it would have been redundant to have similar maps taking place in similar locations, so I kind of respect the decision to maybe avoid those remasters, but Slums came back, right? It was in COD Mobile, and then weeks later it got dropped in Cold War, and that's fine, but then we have some newer maps like Drive-In and Zoo, which play very well in Cold War, never got remastered a single time, so if anything, if they're going to drop more bonus remasters, make sure that their maps never got brought back either a single time or not much at all. We got a night version of Launch in Black Ops 4, but we haven't seen a day version of it yet. Maybe that's where the Cold War remaster fits in. And we never got a remaster of Radiation either. That was a map that partially got brought back, spuriously I should say, over in Blackout with the fracking tower. There was that underground area and the moving panel that was in the original Radiation. They brought that back just for Blackout, but not the entirety of the map. So there are maps that I could see fitting very well for Cold War. In terms of Plaza and Yemen though, those are maps from Black Ops 2, which to me would better fit another futuristic Treyarch game, which is rumored to release in 2023 anyway, so I'd say bring back some Black Ops 1 maps if anything, if they're going to add some more content to this game's multiplayer. Now there were also quite a few rumors from Verified Gaming Scoopers that apparently there will be some Year 2 content added to Cold War, but it's not clear what that content will be. I'm going to personally say it's likely multiplayer and not zombies. I don't really see it being realistic for Treyarch to update Cold War zombies in any way if they're going to be leading Vanguard zombies. They'll want the attention to be on their new zombies mode, not the old one, so I think if Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2 that comes out next year, if those two games feel the same, because they're going to be on the same engine of course, and probably have similar gameplay styles, if that's the case, then I do see it being justified to still update Cold War multiplayer, since it'll kind of be the odd one out. Cold War multiplayer will be the only different type of feeling multiplayer on next-gen consoles that people might resort to until 2023, Treyarch's next game. Now, if they do a Year 2 for Cold War multiplayer, even in the slightest way, with a couple of maps, couple of modes, maybe a weapon or two, then hopefully it's a little more energetic than the Year 2 content we got from Modern Warfare over the past year. It seems like there was a scrap Season 7, according to other gaming insiders, and because that season got canceled for whatever reason, they just kind of saved that content, put it on a shelf, and just released it periodically over the past year with no marketing, no reason, they just dropped it, and I guess that's fine. I won't complain if that happens to Cold War, but I think Treyarch will have a little bit more respect for that content that was saved and probably give us maybe a short teaser on Twitter or Instagram if they ever do release any more content over the course of 2022. But since the Back to Black pack was structured as a map pack for Black Ops 3 and served as a pre-order bonus for Black Ops 4, I'm curious if there's any way they drop a bundle of maps at once for doing something, maybe pre-ordering Vanguard, maybe something else, and maybe we'll get that in Cold War multiplayer, or they'll just drop a bunch of remasters all at once to kind of celebrate the finale of Cold War's life cycle, just to go out with a bit of a bang, because people out there are definitely expecting remasters, but if anything, I'm just happy that they focus on all the new content first so nobody gets pissed off. Now, I hope you guys are excited as I am for the map Deprogram dropping at the start of Season 6. This map's gonna be insane, right? It's gonna be literally Revelations, but in multiplayer. This reality-bending, mindfuckery, Doctor Strange type of warping environment that I think is very fitting for this game. We're gonna be getting some heavy vibes of Break On Through from Campaign, giant antler head statues, and most importantly, the red doors in the map itself, allowing us to traverse and travel through who knows how many areas of the map, and it's gonna be very important for objective play. I also forgot, as pointed out in a previous video, somebody in my comments mentioned this, I forgot that there actually were teleporters in a multiplayer map before, and it was in that amazing map known as Remnant from Black Ops 4 multiplayer, that big zombies museum. You're able to take the MPD from area to area in the map, and the map was a bit too big for my comfort, but it's still an amazing map for hardcore zombies fans and lore, so I'm curious how the red doors are going to affect the gameplay for this experience. But yes, like I said, it's Revelations crossing over with multiplayer. It's exactly what I predicted was going to happen once we got the concept art reveal of this final season, and I'm really happy that prediction came true. Now, speaking of red doors, and I might be late to the party with this one, there is a red door Easter egg in Verdansk 84. This got added during during Season 5, and I finally got a chance to do it earlier this evening, but for those that haven't done it yet or didn't know it existed, essentially what you have to do is find one of the red doors on the map, and they're pretty common in Season 5. I'll put a map on screen that was posted by Charlie Intel, other big sources. There are quite a few locations that are very common, so you'll definitely find one without a doubt. Once you find one red door, go right through it. It'll then allow you to choose between multiple red doors to go through, and this is where the puzzle comes in. So you really want to find the door that isn't glowing as much as the others, and sometimes this distinct door sounds different from the others as well. It's not really trial and error. I'm positive there's a strategy with this one, so just find the door that stands out in comparison to the other ones, go right through it to be led to a very specific room that then has many loot boxes you can open them all up, get a satchel, get an advanced UAV, and specifically this melee weapon right here, the scepter. So once you grab this scepter, you want to take it to the graveyard, and again, crossing my fingers for you that the storm hasn't consumed the graveyard by now. You want to make your way to the graveyard and find this specific gravestone. You'll get a prompt on screen with question marks. You just want to hit it once, and boom, you'll start digging up the ground with the scepter, and you unlock a free calling card, a very simple Easter egg that unfortunately doesn't give you a new blueprint or anything, but it's something extra, right? Why not add a little Black Ops Easter egg into Verdansk 84 before this map goes away permanently once Vanguard comes out? But people have claimed that your time from the moment you enter the red door room, grab that scepter, and until you get to the graveyard, apparently you have to be quick or else you run out of time and you won't be able to dig up under that mysterious gravestone. So I personally haven't felt like I was rushed when I was going for this, but let me know in the comments if your experience was that you got to the graveyard too late and couldn't find this gravestone. Maybe it is timed. In that case, be as quick as you possibly can with going for this, have a teammate ready with a helicopter, or get a vehicle to get to the graveyard as fast as you possibly can. But last and definitely not least, the Mountain Dew and Doritos promotion for the next Call of Duty has officially started as of today. You can get dual XP, which is double XP, double weapon XP, to use in Vanguard, Warzone, or Cold War with specially marked packages of Mountain Dew, Doritos, and Game Fuel. Now, I think the way that they've tried to counter the issue of people going into stores and taking pictures of the back of these products is by limiting every person to just 3 redemptions a day for this dual XP offer. Now, I did point out, which I think is hilarious, that they have Cold War promo art on some of these specially marked packages, despite this promotion being for Vanguard and Warzone this year. Maybe Cold War's just that popular, maybe there was a mistake, but I think it's funny. But nonetheless, right, all this XP is relevant for Cold War regardless, but not Modern Warfare, just Warzone and then Call of Duty Vanguard. So take advantage of this while you guys can, if you guys do care about any of these products when you guys go to the store. Now that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on potential Back to Black Remastered pack coming with a bunch of bonus remasters at some point in Cold War's life cycle, maybe even year 2? Also, what are your thoughts on new information revealed by COD Tracker, and also the other spicy updates that we got from Verified Gaming Scoopers? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.